I wanted to read a comment I got to my video about, saying how Donald Trump shouldn't be saying we have free speech. This was a comment from my YouTube channel. Thanks for addressing this, Bethany. As I was hoping you would, it was certainly galling to hear Trump brag about freedom of speech being restored when we're still being shadow banned. When you get a chance, I'd like to request that you do a video on the Trump Gaza commercial that he recently made. I found it to be very eye-opening in many ways, and I'd be interested to know your take on it. So that's regarding this, okay, the AI-generated video of the Trump Gaza. So first of all, it wasn't affiliated with the White House. He didn't create it. And where will people go? Your radical Christians that don't use free thought, is that Trump is saying he's the God, he's going to be the Antichrist. That you have that group because they don't use free thought. Okay? Then you have the Trump haters that will be all over this, okay? But why is Trump posting it? To me, he's posting it to tell you this is how good AI is, how deceptive it is. So let's, and you can you can put these dots together, okay, with Q, with TikTok, with Trump posting this, with with the way Trump acts, okay, and the things he says. Is that let's first look at the Constitution, the basic American Constitution. It was always supposed to be the bottom, the little people control the top, right? That's how it was supposed to be. So Q comes on the scene really right around the time TikTok was created, interestingly enough. And what did everybody in Washington do? Immediately started going after TikTok. Why? Well, because it seems that TikTok maybe was being run by the same people that were posting the Q drops. Maybe. The timing would be suspect. And that scared all the politicians because, as I said in a video not too long ago, the narrative needs to be imprinted on you so that you are controlled. And so many of and I didn't follow Q, so I'm definitely no expert on it, but just based on some of the things that it says is really if the awakening, what the back channel was all about, was you breaking free from the biased mind control they've had over you through using AI, through the media, through the podcasters that have millions of followers. That's what the podcasters are doing right now, because that's who people look to tell them everything. There's a reason Donald Trump doesn't come out and tell it all to you, is because then he's interfering with your free thought. So he does everything he can. I think that sometimes he carries on about we have freedom of speech, and I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. I think he carries on about, everything's great and great, and we have free speech because first of all, he knows what that damn House and Congress of Republicans that will do, okay? Get up and say, yes, we have free speech, when none of them want to, admit the truth that the little people are being silenced. So stop carrying on that the republic's been restored. But what do you as the little people need to do in order for you to be in charge? You have to speak up, even if it's against Trump. And I don't mean speak up like the hateful side does, but you say, no, Donald Trump, no. We don't, as long as one American is being shadow banned, as long as one American is still being silenced, then no, America is not back. Now, he would say it is. But then that's what Glenn Beck is saying too. They are literally trying to imprint on you, and I don't think it's not Donald Trump. If you look at Donald Trump is listening to the people. And if the people, you got TikTok, okay? So TikTok was, I believe, what the platform was for the little people like me, like you, all the people that the media or none of these people care about. But this platform suddenly came onto the scene that all of the politicians and all the big tech giants hated, most especially Zuckerberg. I mean, he lobbied to get TikTok annihilated. But Trump's protected it. I wonder why. Well, maybe it's because maybe there's people that run Q that also monitor TikTok. so that Trump can know what the people are really saying. Not what Glenn Beck is saying, because the people that just want to believe Glenn Beck are just being mind controlled by that. Because if you look, they all have an agenda. Look up here. I think every day Redacted does this. Breaking, it's like the Fox News alert. Oh, I remember being controlled by that Fox News alert sound. It was like I would be cleaning in my house. This was before I was a nurse, back when I was married. And it was like, oh, something's happening. I must go see. So programmed by it. They're doing the same thing here. And then with Glenn Beck, okay, Glenn Beck and this far radical right, in a way, with their, they act like they care about children, but they seem to only care about if a mother, doesn't have an abortion, when they may not even know what the reasons are for that abortion. But then they want to act like they're on some holy stand. But they're all of them are pushing narratives. So you have TikTok. I mean, look at this one. Look at this stupidness. The food you are eating is affecting your relationship. Stop it. Okay, and this is the guy that plays Jesus in The Chosen. Do you see what all these people are used for? They are used to control your mind. That's why when people came after me for going after Pam Bondi, it was like, it's like people are scared to even stand up to Donald Trump. Then how do you expect, and I don't mean people should be rude to Donald Trump. I'm not talking about what the hateful side does, but people that support him need to have, if you want to be, you can't sit back and not participate and not stand up and speak the truth, even if it's to Donald Trump. If you want to be in charge, that's what you have to do. If you want Donald Trump to hear you, then you better speak up. I would say, given that he saved TikTok, because it was going to be gone, he saved it for a reason. Likely because that's where he's listening to the people. But there has to be enough people saying it. Not just, I'm going to sit back and trust the plan. But you're the people. You want to be in charge, then you start speaking up. It doesn't mean you have to hate Donald Trump the mind control is literally thinking that, I support Donald Trump, so I don't want to say anything against him. That's submissive. If no leader. If the people are the leaders, then you have to act like leaders. You have to stand up and say, no, it is not true that we have free speech. The whole reason X was created was all it's done is created an echo chamber of radical right people. It has. It has. You have Blue Sky that has the echo chamber of the left. And of course the technocrat Elon Musk creates X, okay? And yet it's been, I literally heard somebody, I forget what show it was on YouTube, that said this morning, well, X is the most freest platform. I mean, we know now it's not totally free, but it's never been free. It knows the people that they suppress, and it's the little people. It's the people that have nothing. It's the salt of the earth people, as God talks about in the Bible. That's who it is. That's who it is. It's not your Pam Bondis. It's not your Tucker Carlsons. It's none of these people. It's not your Rogans. All of these people are just great tools and assets that care more about money than they care about saying the truth. And they're designed to continue to keep you enslaved. So when the mainstream media fails, they're in line to get a hold of your thinking again. So if you want to be in charge of your country, Americans, then you have to stop this, I don't want to say anything against Donald Trump. I really like him. Yeah, I love him. I do. I love him. I think that everything he does, he's doing for a specific reason. I think when he yells that we have freedom of speech back in the Congress, he knows the idiot Republicans are all going to stand and say, yeah, because he knows they were the ones going after TikTok. But he knows that a few Americans will realize, no, I want to be in control of my destiny in this country, and I will even call the man that I love, Donald Trump, out.